hitting us up with that Prime subscription. That is 2 months in a row. Thank you so much for helping to support VGBC. Every dollar you give helps us keep the lights on just a little bit longer. And considering that we got a big tournament tomorrow, we might need a few of those.
We better hope that we can keep the lights on during the comeback tomorrow, because I don't think it would be very much fun in the dark. But going to be going into this game number 1 right here, and yeah, I see the Mii Brawler coming out, but against Joker, Joker certainly has the tools to invalidate just about every character in this game.
Yeah, this character pretty good. Yeah, just pretty good, and then it gets even better.
Sometimes like Dad shows up and he's just even better than he was previously.
So this is the thing, though. Cakepoint using these platforms. The minute that you get on them, you need to worry about what is to come. Down throw, up B. We talked about it, and it is already making an appearance on the first stock. I hope you got your techs on point, because a Cakepoint reads a roll at edge, or on the platform, you're dead.
I really don't like that. I'm going to be completely honest with you. More power to Cakepoint for being able to hit that. But I know if I'm Slacker here, I'm shaking my head going, yeah, okay.
It's like, if it wasn't that direction, you get a couple more stocks to figure out how to do that. That's the unfortunate problem, though.
Yeah, because it's also, like you said it yourself, it's not a real character. It's not the most common of matchups.
These don't exist.
Yeah, like knowing the matchup off the top of your head isn't a luxury that a lot of people might have. Right now, at least, though, Slacker doing a pretty good job of making this comeback. Looks for the down smash, but he's going to be running out of our send meter very soon. It's one last Aegon off before he takes his little quick nap.
So really the problem and the weakness of Mii Brawler as a character is that the approach options are stubby and a little bit limited. Neutral air, down tilt, and up tilt are what you're going to be looking for. So we have to see Slacker exploit the fact that he has the better disjoints in this matchup. And because if he doesn't and gives Cakepoint free approaches, this is going to be a long set for Slacker.
I like the F tilt there on the ledge to try and prevent it, and very nearly actually getting a kill throw with Joker, following it up with the hop-off platform into the bear, so that's going to be the stock. But 92% extra credit already. Cakepoint is in a fantastic position right now, because we've already seen that she's more than capable of just deleting stocks. Speaking of which, not going to kill there, but I was a little bit afraid. So going to be able to come back down onto the stage and actually gets Arsene in the process, so a great opportunity for Slacker until he gets countered on the ledge.
You know Cakepoint was just waiting there. Just drop shield and look at the man. I'm not going to choose a defensive option. Don't worry, I won't hit anything in immediate counter.
I swear I will not shield. Wink.
Exactly. I'm clearly open. I'm not going to choose any option. Not easy. All right, so now Slacker getting some ledge pressure, but that side B has been bailing Cakepoint out quite a bit, going high when Slacker is trying to cover any type of edge option.
Comes back down to the stage. Arsene out yet again, gets the back air on the platform and is trying to prevent this recovery with Gun. Does so successfully and gets the down air just for a little bit of extra.
Didn't need it, but you know, sometimes just gonna send a message. Great counter right there, allowing you to land on the platform for free. Can't quite challenge that. These stubby lack of disjoints on the Brawler. Back air forcing to edge. These shot puts, though, forcing Slacker into shield, and Slacker hasn't really tried to counter them or set them up. Down throw, up B.
No!
Yeah, not that direction either, unfortunately. Cakepoint, 2 stocks taken from platform tech reads. Yeah, at this point, it's just kind of like, you've got to DI off. Those platforms are not your home.
Sometimes it really just do be like that. I liked what Slacker was getting going at the very end, though. We started to see a lot more use of zoning options. We saw a lot of Gun coming out to be able to stay as far away from the scary Mii Brawler as possible, and it was serving him pretty well up until the very end, where, like you said, he got grabbed on the platform and died because of it, which, you know, you never want that to happen to you. It could be you. Just make sure it's not.
I mean, first off, I'm surprised that Final D is equals allowed.
Yeah, like
I thought this would be banned for sure.
Absolutely. Like, Cakepoint's biggest win condition that we've seen so far is being able to get a grab on the platform. So seeing them leave this stage open for the counter pick is interesting, but good on Slacker for recognizing that and picking it.
In addition, I'm rather surprised, and not just in the platform, but how close that match was. It felt like Cakepoint got off to an incredibly quick lead, yet it still came down to just last stop. So this is showing that Slacker is hanging around in neutral like pretty well, like as one would expect, of course, playing Joker against Brawler. But the problem is going to be on a stage where you're basically being forced to play neutral when you can play defensively if you have a lead. What can Cakepoint do to open up Slacker?
Well, and I think the biggest thing here is, though, that this stage has one of the lowest ceilings in terms of competitive play.
True.
So despite the fact that there's no platform, that kill confirm is still on the table should Slacker's DI be slacking, so to speak. Now, though, off stage going to be chased off with Gun, and that's going to be the stock fantastic use of it, and I would like to see that a little bit more on a character with as lackluster a recovery as me, Brawler here.
I actually got to give it up to Cakepoint. It feels like she's been picking the correct option by doing that high side B, because even if you get swatted out by that, Slacker has been aiming for gun setups. He's been trying to go ahead and just single jump, use the gun, and get you off stage, but that hasn't been working out too well. Gets the clip on the back air, has to use the side B, but Slacker, I think that edge grab was a little bit...
I don't think he wanted that.
Agreed.
But really good on Cakepoint to make use of the situation to get back up on stage regardless of the challenges being put in front of them. Now, though, this is an exact reversal of what we saw in the first game, and it's Cakepoint going down about 90% before being able to take the first stock from their opponent. Needs to take this now, or it's going to start to be a relatively undoable situation. You know, a reverse 3 stock is always on the books, but it looks less and less likely with every hit that Slacker gets now.
And Slacker recognized that habit by Cakepoint, just use the shot put off stage. A little bit too lackluster on that range on the last one, costing Cakepoint the stock. And then the full counter gets Arsene a little bit early here for Slacker. He manages to get to edge, forward throw off stage, and Slacker's DI, it's like you said, it was lacking a little bit right there as Cakepoint gets in a stock a little bit earlier than one would expect. Landing aerials, but the simple jab out of it.
I like the pressure that both of them are trying to apply to the other shields, and I also like that both of them are confident enough to just hold shield and neutral. I think they've both got a pretty strong read on what their opponent likes to do out of shield, and they know it's not grab, so they're pretty confident in just kind of standing there.
Very true. Shot put, forcing out the double jump, but the projectile from Slacker in response. Now this is the danger point. Cakepoint has to get through this barrage of guns, but no. Looks like the jump had already been used, and Cakepoint falls to a 2-stock here, so no down throw up B shenanigans, no W for Cakepoint. Slacker showing a much stronger adaptation in Game 2 with a new defensive game plan.
Yeah, and I think that also can be chalked up a little bit to the stage. If you just look at both characters individually and you take out the ability to play around the platforms to play that neutral, like you were talking about at the very beginning of the set, Joker just wins because Joker is a better character. Straight up, like that, you know, chat might roast me for my controversial opinion here, but you know, Joker is better than me, Brawler. So in that situation where it's just pure neutral, his buttons beat out Brawler's buttons, and Cakepoint was really struggling to get anything going. Now on to Lilat, interestingly. The tri-plat layout could certainly serve her very well.
Good up tilt into the forward air, trying to get something going. The neutral air interrupting Slacker's option on that platform here. This is an interesting pick here, too, from Cakepoint. I really dig this because things like up tilt and up smash, even on the lower platforms, can cover really well here. But the problem is you are giving Slacker access to those up throw loops. No double jump here, so that is an easy back air. Cakepoint used that jump, and Slacker had Arsene at the perfect moment. Recognized that it was time to go on the offensive. Yeah,
there was just only one option to take there, and that was side B back to the ledge, and you know, Slacker being fully aware that that's what Cakepoint's been doing the entirety of the set, just abuses it, goes out there with the bear, takes the stock, and is now building up a really, really good nest egg of extra credit. 71% and counting, still no stock in sight yet for them as they do a little bit of camping with the gun to build up more.
Yeah, and what does Brawler actually do on this? When you want to approach, you want to do so in the air. This character typically jumps with safe aerials, loves to get them jump ins, but right now Slacker covering that option typically with hitboxes like back air and gun that are relatively safe. Almost gets a little bit janked out with that up B not quite grappling, but they're just going to force a reset, not going to get the landing up air as Cakepoint, nearly getting up smash on platform instead. Again, the shot put. We're seeing that too often. Cakepoint has to adjust off stage. Slacker adjusting to the high recoveries, and Cakepoint has no answer right now.
I think it's just a case of when you're off stage, your brain just wants you to push a button to keep you safe. And speaking of pushing a button, that Nair is going to kill. But Cakepoint is just trying to stay safe from Joker's onslaught by pushing a button and hoping that button beats him out when he's on the chase. But instead, Slacker's playing around those buttons and then getting the punishes during the end lag, which is serving him fantastically so far. Now, though, 41% apiece, but different stocks. Slacker, really nice down gun into the bear.
Gets one back air into the forward air, forces off stage again. He went for the up air. Interesting attempt there by Slacker with Cakepoint not having a double. But Big Brother's out to play, gets the forward smash, had the read on the roll-in, but a little bit misspaced.
That one's not in this space, though,
No,
and
sir.
is going to get the F smash there, which is going to result in Slacker, despite a lackluster start to the set, going down on PS2, going to come back and win it 2-1.
It's that jank character factor, man. Sometimes you can get a W because the opponent doesn't understand what to do, but really when they start to learn, when you see the gears start to turn, it's like, oh, this is how I have to approach that matchup. It's your turn to adapt, and Cakepoint just didn't seem to have it game 3 as Slacker ate alive those defensive options off stage, and every single time cashing in those reads for stocks.
And I mean, you said it after the end of the last set too, that MDVA players, like even the low, mid, high level, all of them are able to adapt very, very well. I saw it right there